Do you remember this headline or headlines like it? It'll have to leave the UK, thousands of jobs destroyed, the local economy and connected supply chains will be shattered for years and years to come. Nissan, for much of the Brexit debate, was placed at the very heart of the conversation. Even though I dare say most of the Remain campaigners bleating on about the Sunderland plant couldn't point to Sunderland on a map, never mind drive one of their mid-market motors. And listen, I understand how important that plant is. When I was a kid at school in County Durham, there were kids there whose dads made a living from that Nissan factory. It was a source of decent income and pride in having a job in manufacturing at a time when such industries had been completely decimated from not just that area but the country. That's why it's uniquely, I think it's always been a unique source of Remain campaigners taking that unique sense of glee from their positions of privilege, especially in 2019 when Nissan decided to halt the production of their diesel X-Trail vehicle at Sunderland. It wasn't down to Brexit, but down to Nissan being in trouble as far as sales were concerned. The emissions faking scandal that had hit Nissan, and actually the fact that sales of diesel engine sales are collapsing faster than support for EU membership. But it fit their narrative, to say the least, so they rubbed their hands with collective glee at the thought of Sunderland's Brexiteers suffering that 61% vote for Brexit. Well, you'll see what you ill-informed people have inflicted upon your region somewhere in the north, Remainers would cry. For them, you see, Sunderland embodies the Brexit thickos. Sunderland embodied the chippy working class oiks that for the first time decided to say no to the demands of their cultural and political elites in voting to leave a political and economic union that has very much become the identity of the anywhere class in this country. The collective circle jerk that would take place between much of the mainstream media and, at that time, the majority of parliamentarians that backed overturning Brexit. They longed for Nissan to close, to quench that thirst that could never quite be quenched, that longing for yet another despite Brexit story. That's why I'm delighted, folks, thrilled, over the moon by the news that Nissan's chief operating officer, Ashwani Gupta, who has hailed Boris Johnson's Brexit deal and revealed that the terms of our withdrawal from the EU has given the firm the competitive advantage in the UK and outside. He went on to celebrate the firm's Sunderland plant, which he claims is among the top 3 operated by the firm in terms of competitiveness. So the Brexit deal, he says, could actually see the high-tech battery production shifted closer to Sunderland for their Leaf electric cars, instead of importing the powerful 40 kilowatt units from Japan. He also used his experience as a boss of a huge global firm like Nissan to sort of put the present border disruption in context. He said, when I look at how Nissan has come out from the crisis of a tsunami, earthquake, flood, last week's snow, tornadoes, the startup problem which we are seeing in the ports is peanuts. For a global manufacturer operating in 150 markets with 40 plants worldwide, to have additional documentation to fill at a form at the border is absolutely nothing. People are prepared for it. Brexit for Nissan is a positive, Mr. Gupta went on to say. We'll take the opportunity to redefine the auto industry in the UK. In certain conditions, our competitiveness is improved. For some of the cars, it's at par. It depends on which car, but competitiveness is definitely improved in electric vehicles. Now Mr. Gupta reckons that there's a potential to even double, I repeat, double the output at the plant if demand continues to grow for Nissan's motors. So I say, folks, I hope you'll all join me in saying God bless Sunderland, that beacon of Brexit victory on June 24th, 2016, that jubilant sight of the lass in her Vote Leave t-shirt being carried up and lifted by the crowd as that 61% vote for Leave was announced. And that source of much grit, determination and can-do spirit despite the fact many tried to tell them that what they have isn't worth a damn, and if they dare vote against their betters, they will lose that which they have. They stood up to that and said no. They took a stand, and I am delighted to hear this news. I really, really am. Cheery news. Of course, you'll probably not hear much of it in the way of the mainstream media at the moment, but there we are. I'm Darren Grimes for Reasons UK. Reasoned relies upon grassroots donations from people like yourself that want us to continue producing our high quality, free thinking content. So please do consider clicking the link and donating, no matter how big, no matter how small, because it really does ensure that we can keep on keeping on.